All right, what is up everyone? We are back, and today I'm gonna try to find a new stable mid-range. Let's get into it. This is something that I've been pondering for a while. Right now I throw the Justice, that will be one of the discs, but I love just the Overstable chop forehands, especially on mids. And I've just had a ton of recommendations, so I'm gonna kind of look for the best today and see what we can figure out here. So I'm missing one. The Swarm from Discraft is one I'm missing. I'd thrown it for a while before the Justice and lost it. So I would definitely have that higher if I can find a new one. However, I'm just gonna go with these four today. So up first, we have the Justice. This is just the Lucid plastic. Then we have the MX1. I threw this one for a long time when I was a full Prodigy bag. We're bringing it back just to see, maybe it's been long enough that like I can bring it back and be just fine with it. MX1, I love the feel of this plastic. Up next, we have one I've never thrown before. This is the MD5 from Discmania. Apparently it's crazy, crazy stable from what I've heard, which is what I like. Especially like it's crazy windy today. So we're gonna see a ton of chop angles today, and I don't know, it's short course, so maybe we'll ring one up. And then last one, this is probably one of the most recommended because MVP is certainly on the rise. This is a deflector in the Proton plastic specifically. Apparently, this is definitely the most stable plastic. Everyone says like the Neutron, or even like, I don't know if they have plasma, but other plastic deflectors, they're just not as overstable. So this is definitely one that I'm interested in trying out, because as weird as it is for me, I tried to hate on MVP for the longest time. It's like slowly just like working more and more in my bag. So these are our four today. I know there's certainly more stable mids, like super stable mids out there. And I'm like specifically looking for like the 5 speeds, because like a lot of people said Zone OS and things like that, but I'm definitely looking for like a 5-speed, and I know there's more. However, these were definitely the ones that were the most recommended outside of the Swarm, which I've already lost a long time ago. But we're gonna play Oak Grove, 9 holes out here. These are all very ace runnable, maybe not with these per se. There's a couple that are around like the 3 to 310. That might be a bit of a stretch for these, especially because they are overstable, but we're gonna go all 4 off each tee. And again, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of chop angles to see just what's gonna fight out and what's not. All right, up first, we're gonna throw the Justice just because I know what this one is gonna do. It's pretty predictable. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. I forgot to mention this hole's 215 feet. We're gonna go MD5 now. Try to hit that same angle. Or pull it. It's a good thing there's 9 holes out here. All right, MX1 is one that I threw, and I don't remember it being as stable as the numbers say. So we'll see if I was right. Pretty stable. All right, and last we got the deflector. One time for me. Ooh, a little short. Okay, good round. Okay, not a bad first hole. 3 out of 4 were really good, probably like 15. The MD5, I just kind of pulled a little bit. I tried to hit that same angle. I think it was just a misfire. So can't really judge it too much. I think it's good that I picked a day like this because it is crazy, crazy windy. So we're really gonna see, especially in tailwinds, how quick these are just gonna dump, and in headwinds if they're gonna hold up or not. So we're gonna keep going here. Hole 2 is 250 feet. This is definitely a better hole. You can go wide forehand, but I'm gonna throw these like Anheuser backhand and just try to see. It's right behind these trees, but the backhand gap is just substantially bigger. So, and it's just easier to track. So we're gonna go backhand. Try to go same order if I can remember. It's only 4 discs. So we're gonna go Justice 4 first. Oh, I pulled it. I struggle throwing on Anheuser. That's gonna be, pretty sure that might be out of frame the whole way. I struggle throwing on Anheuser like straight, you know what I mean? Because I think my whole body just wants to bring it right, like left to right. So we're gonna try to throw this one, that line, but throw it straight instead of pull it. There we go. Skip over there. Okay, that one, still pretty straight, not in like a ton of like left to right. So we'll see there. I'm gonna try to get this one higher, give it a chance. Get through. Very lucky. Oh, smack down. That's close though. Still pretty straight. It was definitely fighting though. All right, last the deflector. Let's make one good shot this hole. There we go, that might go in. That is, okay, deflector, good. All right, hopefully you can see me down here. It's kind of angled downhill from where you're sitting. Hole 3, 233. Again, I'm gonna try to throw like no hyzer angles. I just want like nice flex shots just to see what's gonna fight, especially now the wind, well, it's kind of tail, but it's more like left to right. So especially if this disc gets on anhyzer, just wanna see if it's gonna get pushed to the ground or if it's still gonna have like some integrity towards the end of the flight. So far, obviously the Justice is good just because I know what it's gonna do, but the deflector, it feels really nice. I mean, they all feel fairly similar, but this one just has like, it's a little shallower than normal and it's very, very flat, which like just hand feel is what I like in mids especially. It's just nice and flat, shallow. That's why I like the Hex a lot. The M2 is a little deeper, but it's pretty close to this. But yeah, I like the deflector right now. That one's out quick. Yeah, all right. And I think it's tough. I'm trying to decide what exactly, like, do I want a disc that's gonna fight out like crazy early, or do I want something that's gonna get a little bit of a flight, you know what I mean? I think it's a double-edged sword. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm looking for. The wind is now straight left to right, blowing really hard, so it'll be interested to see if this one holds up. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely like pin high. You could tell though with the wind, with that left to right, it was kind of just holding it, pushing it down. I think, at least for this shot, I would like something in between that and the Justice. The Justice came out super early. I think it was nose up, but came out early, but still fought back to the right, where that MD5 didn't. So we'll see if the MX1 or deflector will do that. See, that's a little bit straighter flight, gonna be short. Actually, that's probably about pin high. I like that more. I think if I could have got that lower, it would have been great, or just like maybe a touch more anhyzer out of it. I just didn't throw that one on a ton of Annie. But obviously, like the rest of them, they get out really quick. So I don't hate what the shots are doing right now. I could obviously be throwing them better, but yeah, I think maybe I'm still in between on what exactly like I'm looking for with these discs actually. All right, this is an interesting one. It is only 151 feet dead straight. This is certainly not the disc for the shot, but it is the discs I'm throwing. So gonna just try to ring this one up whatever way we can here. I don't hate that actually. All in front. Thought that was me about to get hit by a disc, but we're good. MD5, all right, that, but like maybe 10 feet longer. Just like that, actually, get a lift. No! It's weird, I'm talking so quiet, there's people around, and for whatever reason, I'm still like self-conscious about recording in front of people, so sorry if I'm being weird. Oh my gosh, it's so windy, it's hard, like as soon as I lift the disc, it's like fluttering in my hands because the wind's just pushing against it. Now drop. Come on. Oh, off the top. All right, we're getting down to the last one. Like a foot lower and we're in business. Ah, whoa. Okay, that one got really stable really fast. All right. Yeah, it's funny. We've been doing this for like well over a year now, and I still get like nervous or that like little bit of social anxiety when I'm throwing in front of people or like recording videos. I don't know why. I don't, especially because I know a lot of the people when I'm recording. It's like I've played with them before, so I don't understand it. It's annoying, and I'm sorry if it makes it seem weird. I'll be better now because everyone's on that side of the course and I'm on this side now, so it works out. Hole 5, 219, very similar to hole 1, kind of shot shape wise. We are gonna go flex forehand again. This is typically what I'm gonna use these for anyways. I probably won't throw a lot of backhands. I have stable mids that I would rather throw backhand. In the right wind I would, but these, yeah, mostly just for like chop forehands or just like monster, I say monster, but for big forehands that don't need a fairway driver, basically. But chop angle hit the top of the basket on that one. Granted, that's probably the easiest hole and most ace for sure, I'm guessing, on the course. I have not aced in a long time and would love to ring one up. So let's try it here. I don't hate that. Oof, a little short. Yeah, that's just nice and stable. I can already tell the MD5 I'm not a big fan of. I don't know what it is. Like you can tell you can tell the disc like is more concave, like on like the bottom, like under the parting line, where this is like almost rounded out. Like it seems like it should be understable, but it's not, if that makes sense. So I'm not super digging the hand feel of the MD5, but it is still flying stable. So apparently it works. I'm aiming right at the basket, and then it's just fading left. I need to aim left of the basket, let it crash in. Or throw it right at the basket again. Okay, so granted, I threw it right at the basket. I was anticipating throwing that with some anhyzer, and I did not. So really, this deflector's definitely been probably the most stable outside of the Justice, but we're gonna really give this one some anhyzer and make sure it gets over. There we go. I mean, that was quite a bit. Those are all probably within like 15 feet of each other. Definitely all in the circle. But yeah, the deflector is definitely noticeably like way more overstable. It's very similar to the Justice. All right, it's interesting. I definitely feel like I already need to make like a part 2 to this video, because there's really only 2 that I'm enjoying throwing. And I know every company makes something like this, so like go ahead and comment down below which one you use if it's not one of these 4. I would love to know, because I want more to try out. But so far the Justice and the deflector. Obviously the Justice has a little bit of recency bias because I have 2 in my bag right now. The deflector is like the thing that's like closest to it. The MX1 is almost like a beat up Justice for me right now, and then I don't know, the MD5 is doing what I don't know, it's very similar, but the hand feel is just something I'm not a huge fan of. So I don't know, definitely give me some more recommendations and I can make more of these videos, but we're gonna move on here. Hole 6 is 290, and now I said I was gonna throw a bunch of chop angles. However, we're playing like straight headwind, and this is already kind of a stretch for something like this overstable for me. So we're gonna go flat to hyzer and just play this like a normal hole, and yeah, try to get there with these. All right, it's a pretty strong headwind too. So we're really just gonna like really fire these out there. Skip. Oof. Yeah, that's every bit of like 260. That was well short. All right, little less hyzer, a little more flat, maybe Annie, try to get there. If I could have thrown that straight, skip. Okay, that's actually not bad. I just broke my fingernail from that one. All right, that's an issue too. Kind of the same thing as throwing anhyzer. When I'm really trying to rip it, that's when my whole body just opens up and I release, I guess late, but I just pull everything to the right. There we go. Oh my gosh, skip. Oh, that one's really close. All right, that was the MX1. And again, I said that was flying a little beat up. That's pretty much exactly what it did off the Justice. The Justice definitely hyped it out early. I threw that MX like 1 out flat, especially with the headwind. Held it pretty straight, but obviously it's gonna be stable enough. It has that integrity like at the end of the flight. This one, the deflector is gonna be interesting. The headwind is kind of ripping right now, but I don't know. I don't think this is gonna go very far. I kind of threw it on hyzer. Yeah, that's short circle too. It's about what I expected, which I guess is good if I know what it's gonna do. All right, this hole should be interesting. I don't know if you can see the leaves, but 2, just like my hoodie blowing. 303 straight, but we're going straight into a headwind, like pretty ripping. I think if I even get inside circle 1 with any of these, like I smash the disc. So we're gonna put these on a ton of anhyzer, keep them high, and see if they're gonna fight and just try to get as much distance as absolutely possible on these. These shots are either gonna be really good or really bad. Oh, I don't think that was gonna fight out. Oh, I did hit that one pretty hard. Maybe too much anhyzer. I'll take a little bit off with the headwind, but I liked everything about that one. Oh gosh, I mean, look at that. Cut roller. All right, less Anheuser. There we go, get through. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, MX1, redeeming. Finally threw one good. Full flight, panned out. I'm probably still in circle 2, maybe, but it's gotta be close. Please hit the fence. Seeing like, I can't tell, I'll have to watch it back. I feel like I threw that on a good bit of Anheuser, at the very least, like, I mean, a touch at least. I didn't come out on Heiser, and that was like, even in the headwind, immediately off to the right. Interesting. 2 things to note. We will always have that moment in the air with the Justice when you thought it was gonna pan out, or at least I did. Hit the tree, unfortunate. I liked the angle, it might've been too much, but thing number 2, the deflector was the same level as the MX1, and the MX1 got like a full flight out of it. So had this actually got some turn and then fade, it probably would have definitely been up in circle 1. I think the MX, well no, the MX1 was in circle, so it was just in circle, like right by the feather, but this one would have been like well in the circle. So I don't know, pretty cool actually. And the deflector, like I could see, I like to mold minimalize. That's my whole thing with this, is that like, that's why I have 2 Justice in the bag, but I could see taking out maybe 1 Justice and putting like the deflector in instead or something. That's just gonna be like super, super, super overstable for me. But I don't know, and they honestly feel very similar, but when you want like get these flights, they are gonna be very similar. So I don't know, we're moving on here. Hole 8, 213, apparently all the holes are around this long. Again, it's just gonna be a little chip, Anheuser forehand around. The wind has kind of changed. It's more like left to right now. Left to right head maybe. So it's just still gonna hold a little bit, I think. Very similar, like I'm just gonna try to throw a little soft Anheuser, and then hopefully when it fights out that wind, just kind of pushes it back over towards the basket. Just like that, it's gotta get down now. Oh, maybe short, maybe just in front. I don't know how I'm missing short on these. 213 feet. All right, new goal here, late in the game. I need that shot, I need that to be like 10 feet longer, and like, I don't know how it doesn't go in the basket. Now fade, please. Push over. Oh, okay. I missed deep, which is promising. However, for the science purposes that I'm doing this, that Indy 5 held really straight for the flight. It didn't start fighting until it definitely was like slowing down. So I don't know. I haven't really liked the Indy 5 from the beginning, to be honest with you. So I say there's a 0% chance that goes in my bag, but yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's what it deserved. That was a bad shot. Early, nose up, no angle on it, so that was just overall way bad. There we go. No, the lift. Oh my gosh, that distance was so good too. Dang. All right, this is it right here. We're looking at probably like a 303 again. 301, actually, I was close. Straight shot, you have trees on the right. I'm gonna go big forehand. I'm gonna try to throw them pretty similar to how I threw hole 7, I believe it was. High, good bit of Anheuser, get them to pan. I want all of these to land in the circle. I really do. Right now, I think I don't know, I keep updating. The Justice and the deflector are definitely the most alike. The MX1 flies up like a beat up one. So I'm definitely I think that's why I'm having a little more success with them. However, I just realized I was almost off the screen. However, you know, the MD5, maybe like brand new, this is a buddy's, so brand new, maybe it flies a little different, but I'm not a huge fan of the feel of it actually too, now I think about it. Too much. It is fighting though. All right, I'm overcorrecting for the Anheuser. There we go. Holy cow. That is either a touch short or that's parked. If I could do that 2 more times with these last 2, that would be absolutely huge. MX1, get out. Yeah? That's probably a touch short too, but it was starting to, but just not quite. All right, deflector, we're gonna see how fast this gets out. Very quickly. Oh my gosh. Kind of had a headwind gust too on the throw. Still just, that's beefcake by definition. Dang, parked. All right, that is it for the stable mids. So far, I don't know, the Justice is probably staying, but I have like a bag in the van of like discs that like basically I need to do more field work on. It's full right now. So I'll probably move in the MX1 and the deflector in there and just keep throwing them and maybe mix them in with the Justice and stuff and just see like which I'm having more success with. Shout out to the MD5. I don't think I threw it really well all day except for the last hole and I was like 5 feet away. So I will certainly take that. But that is it. Drop your recommendations for other 1, overstable like mids, or 2, just other like disc types you want to see. We got a lot of stuff coming, 50 states videos still coming at you. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Ozark Mountain Disc to the moon.